As if our world wasn't strange enough with this scam impeachment going on, the coronavirus supposedly looming and threatening everybody on the face of the earth, and organ harvesting. I mean, here's what it would cost you if you wanted to transplant each organ in the body. I just wanted to go over some of this. There are 2,725, according to this, heart transplants every year at a charge of $1.3 million per transplant. Cornea transplant, 50,000 of them every year, $30,000. Intestine transplant, 49 at $1.1 million. Liver transplant. So you got kidney and liver and heart and cornea, intestine buyers and brokers. And in light of that, let's check out this story right here.
We're going to warn you, this next story is almost too strange to believe. There's disturbing evidence, buckets full of body parts.
We're talking heads and bodies of different people sewn together and then hung up. Those are just some of the new gruesome details in a lawsuit against Biological Resource Center in Phoenix. That was actually raided back in 2014. Brianna Whitney went through all the documents tonight. And Brianna, you spoke to a man today whose family members were at BRC.
Yeah, Troy Harp is just one of more than 30 plaintiffs in this lawsuit. Now, he donated his mother and grandmother to the facility and is so disgusted by these new details, he has no idea what really happened to the people he loved inside those walls.
Now, I want to just stop here for a second. This is only what's being reported. This is only one organization that was busted. In this news article, it says buckets full of body parts, male genitalia in a cooler, and heads and bodies of different people sewn together and hung up. This is new, disturbing evidence in a strange case against the Biological Resource Center in Phoenix. Guys, trading organs and body parts is big business. Organ trafficking is huge business. It makes a lot of people a lot of money. And this is just one story that they decided to plaster all over the news about 6 months ago.
This is a horror story. It's just unbelievable. This story is unbelievable.
For years, Troy Harp has been living a nightmare.
This is my mother. This is when she was a baby.
After donating his mother and grandmother to Biological Resource Center in 2012 and 2013, with the understanding their bodies would be used for scientific purposes.
Cancer and, leukemia and whatever else, using sample cells. And that's what I was told.
But that's not what happened. In 2014, the FBI raided the Phoenix facility in hazmat suits as part of a multi-state investigation into the illegal trafficking and sale of human body parts. But
they might want to visit Washington's District of Criminals and find out what's going on there.
For the first time, we're now able to see the testimony from one of the FBI agents who conducted the raid, and what he recounts is shocking. He said he found a cooler filled with male genitalia, a bucket of heads, arms, and legs, infected heads, and one of the most disturbing findings, called a morbid joke in the lawsuit, a small woman's head sewn onto a large male torso like Frankenstein and hung up on the wall.
Who in the right mind? It's absolutely gross.
The lawsuit also says the bodies were cut up with chainsaws and bandsaws, and pools of human blood and bodily fluids were found on the floor of the freezer, with no identification tags on the bodies.
Tools that are not appropriate for dismembering scientific bodies.
Harp says his mother's ashes showed up by mail on his doorstep shortly after the raid, but he isn't even sure they're her ashes. He says his mom and grandma wanted to help medical research after their death, yet doesn't believe they ever made it out of the BRC building.
Do you feel like you've gotten any closure?
None. This is open, and I don't think I ever will.
Now, the owner, Stephen Gore, pleaded guilty to illegal control of an enterprise and was sentenced to 1 year of deferred jail time and 4 years probation. Harp says that is not enough for what he did. He wants to see more federal regulation of these facilities. The lawsuit against BRC is still open and ongoing.
Now, I did a video on this a couple months back. Well, it's probably been a year now, but the organ trafficking and human trafficking is a huge, huge business. There's a lot of people that disappear every single year. There are people who are declared dead, who are not really dead, in hospitals so that they can whisk the body away and keep the tissues alive while they're harvesting the organs. It's a really gruesome business, but it's a thriving business. And as you can see here, it makes a lot of people a lot of money. Here's another one right here. Bone marrow, $9,284 per year, $892,000 per operation, per charge. Number of transplants for a double lung transplant, $1.19 million. And people pay this because, you know, they want to see their loved ones live. And so there's a demand, and there are brokers and there are sellers. So I just wanted to cover this and throw this out there. Our world's not bizarre enough, right, with the impeachment and this coronavirus thing going on. So just thought I'd throw a little bit more insanity into your day. If you guys enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give them a thumbs up, share them with everybody you know, and don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.